Hey friends, it's me, Erin, your friendly neighborhood energy alchemist with today's Schumann resonance report for Thursday, August the 28th. Hey friends. All right, you guys, so here is our graph. There's our timeline jump from yesterday morning at 5 a.m. As you can see, starting at about noon Central Time until about 10 p.m. Central Time, we had pretty steady release energy running right across those top chakras. So when we have release energy in those top three chakras, it can come up physically, things like a cough that won't go away, a tickle in your throat, dry throat, pressure on your shoulders, stiff neck, headaches, dry eyes, blurry vision, ringing in the ears, all that physically. But what's happening energetically is you're letting go of some of the density that's holding you back. As we cross into this new timeline and start to integrate into it, we're going to go through a lot of release. This is a pattern that we see with every timeline jump that has significance to us. Every single time we've had a double timeline jump. So I was just looking at this last night. I spent a lot of time on this. There are certain patterns that we look for in the graph. This is one of them. Just to give you a little bit closer look, this is that release energy running across the top of the chakras, and it lasted until about 10 p.m. Central Time. There are a few lines in here of integration, but it's mostly like, come on, let's let this go, let's make some room. And now on this graph, it looks relatively calm. So the upper chakras have calmed down, they've sort of settled a little bit. And then your lower chakras came to the party. This has been going on for the last 6 hours. We have had massive release push all the way up, friends. This is deep release. This is different than the type of release that comes with this. This has to do with your connection to the things that are happening in your physical world. The feeling of helplessness, the feeling of things aren't working out for me, your triggers of self-worth, all of that stuff is what gets stepped on with this energy, and it doesn't look like it's slowing down. So just be aware that today's gonna be one of those days where I'm telling you things are gonna irritate you and everything. But what I want you to recognize is what this is your energy trying to remind you that you cannot focus where you are and expect something better when you are dissatisfied with where you are. So all of these things are coming up so that you will acknowledge that you're focusing on them and say, okay, I don't want to do this anymore, and push it away. And that doesn't mean to ignore the life in the world happening around you. It's going to happen regardless of your focus. So give yourself permission to focus on things that help you feel better to get through the day. This is a different Italian graph, same station, but a different graph. I want to tell you guys, this is earthquake energy. Okay, I'm not a predictive psychic, but I'm telling you, on the graphs, when we see energy like this, we tend to see earthquakes shortly afterwards. That's been studied by science, so I'm just putting it out there to keep an eye open for an earthquake that might be coming along, because this is earthquake energy. My meditation this morning was very much all about remembering that you cannot be focused on something that feels terrible and expect to bring anything better into your space. You have to choose to focus on the alternative. And I know there's a lot going on right now that is trying to get our attention, trying to draw us in, that feels like strife, like fighting, like pushing each other away, but we can't do that and expect to see a different result. That's not how it works. You know what I'm saying? With frequency, like attracts like. So if you are focused on something that makes you feel angry all the time, law of attraction quite literally has no choice but to reflect you reasons to feel that way all the time. You have to give yourself permission to focus on something else, even if the people around you don't like that you're doing that. That's okay. They don't have to like it. But what happens is you start to focus on something else, you start to feel better. They don't like that you feel better because it puts them in the spotlight for feeling bad. So then they try to get you to feel worse so that they can feel better, right? And that's just not helpful. So today, mind your pause, like make sure you're practicing your pause, and make sure that you're not letting your neighbor irritate your soul just because you're having a bad day. Find something better to focus on. Find something that feels good. Get a really good cup of coffee or something to get your day going. All right, here's our cards for today. Today, my guides are saying, hey, our root is going to get shaken just a bit today, or maybe a lot of bit today. And that's because we are being asked to turn against what we have been doing, because it has not been working for you. You have to find a way to get away from the feeling of getting in the loop of bad thoughts, like the self-addiction, the devil on your shoulder, the thing that's making you focus on things that don't feel good. They're asking you to rebel against the feeling, to focus on this. This in turn will balance your karma, remembering, of course, that karma is not about you were bad and you need to learn a lesson. It's about balance. And right now, most of us are out of balance in the direction in which we are focusing. My guides are asking us to allow our crown to be the leader, the GPS for us, and this will instead take us into a new beginning, a place that feels fresh, new, and exciting, even if it's just a new job or a new friend, something. It is a rainy Thursday morning where I am, but I love that smell, the smell of fresh rain in the air. It's so refreshing to me. Are you ready to get your day started? I am. All right, take a nice, big, deep breath in all the way down to your toes. And release. Drop your shoulders and just remind yourself that today's a great day. Even if you have 100 things go wrong today, you're still breathing. You got food in your belly, shoes on your feet, friends by your side. It is a great day, friends. Choose to focus on the thing that helps you remember that the most. It's a great day.